We moved into our home in 1976 in the fall. In November of 1976, we decided, my husband and I, to go see the movie The Exorcist. And we had two little girls, so we took our children over to my parents' house, and we had the night to ourselves at our brand new old house with very drafty windows. It was very cold. We went to the movie, and when we got home, I said, "Oh my God, it was so scary." So when we were getting into bed, I said, "Let's just snuggle because it's so scary and it's so cold in this house." So we went into our bedroom where we had this light switch that was very old, and you had to really push it hard to put it on and off. It clicked very loudly. So I turned off the lights and I jumped into bed, and we laid there. I said, "Oh my God, that movie was so scary." And the light switch went click and went back on. We looked at each other with great surprise, but then we thought, well, we haven't lived in the house that long. Maybe this is just, a natural occurrence. It never happened again. Then another time, when our children were older, we were going to the movies one night, and our oldest daughter ran into the house. She forgot her jacket, and she got to the bottom of the stairs, and she said, "Oh my God." She came out and says, "I think I saw the ghost. It's a little boy." She saw a little blonde boy at the top of the stairs. So that was the first sighting we ever had. But most of the things that happen are just sort of a mischievous little boy pranking us, and it's been like that the whole time we've lived in this house for over 50 years. After living in our house for several years and having all these little mysterious happenings, I was speaking with my neighbor across the street, an elderly woman in her 90s who had grown up on this street. And she told me that her brother used to come to our house and play with the little girl that lived in our home. And in 1920, there was a diphtheria outbreak, and homes were supposed to quarantine on the street. And apparently, the home that we are in did not quarantine, even though the little girl was sick. And her brother came to play at the house, and he got diphtheria, and he passed away. And the little girl lived. It made some hard feelings for the family. But we wondered then, because he was a little blonde boy, if perhaps that was the little mysterious prankster living in our home. And one time I had a cousin visiting from Michigan, and he was sleeping in our downstairs bedroom. When he got up the next morning, he told us he had the very odd experience that he thought a child came and jumped on his chest during the middle of the night. He said it was kind of an odd feeling that it kind of left him breathless, and he looked around and there was nothing there. So we think we've had another happening with our little friend. Then another time, when my husband and I were getting ready to go out for our anniversary, I was putting my outfit together, and I don't have pierced ears. And at the time I had these lovely wooden pink fuchsia earrings, and I had them on, and I was standing in my closet, and one of them fell off, and it hit the floor, and I heard it hit the floor, and then I could not find it. So I thought, oh my gosh. So I took everything out of the closet. I even thought perhaps it bounced and went up into a shelf, into a box or something of shoes. I took everything out of our closet, and I never found it. So I decided to wear something else since I couldn't find my other pink earring. I had wore a different outfit to go out. And the next day was Sunday. I put everything back in the closet. I never found it until I picked up a red pair of shoes. They were high-top leather shoes with laces intact, and the pink earring was at the bottom of the laces, as tight as could be. And I couldn't believe that was the last thing I picked up to put in the closet. And to find it down there was no way I could have put it there. I don't know how it got there, and so it's just another unexplained mystery. And then one time I was working in the office on our computer upstairs, and our stairways have a definite creaking noise to them. You can always tell when somebody walks up the stairs. It's a very common sound that we are used to in this house. And so I was up there typing away, and I heard somebody walking up the stairs, and I was home alone. So I thought, well, perhaps I left a door open to the backyard and the dog was in the house. He was 80 or 90 pounds, so I thought that might have been the sound. But I got up and looked. The back door was locked. The dog was outside. No one else was in the house. So I thought, well, that was weird. And so I went back up to work on the computer, and I couldn't believe it, but I heard somebody walk down the stairs again.